What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. We are interrogating, cross-examining Fulbright, who's being a real sneaky bastard. And we're talking about how the lighter was held in which hand by blah 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 blah. Detective Fulbright, I believe you said that the emblem is only on one side of the lighter. Are you sure about that? Of course I'm sure. Why don't you take a look for yourself and see? Do you see an Earth emblem on both sides of the lighter? I knew it. You're lying, detective. Pardon me? You mean... Yes, my satanic bracelet reacted to his statement about the emblem. He's definitely hiding something big. And I think if we use my talent, we might be able to figure it out. Justice Dono, are you to use that cheat of yours again? It's not cheating, Prosecutor Blackwell. Very well. Whether I like it or not, I suppose we should use whatever works right now. Go on, then. We have Prosecutor Blackwell's reluctant blessing, apparently. Okay, Apollo, you're up. Here goes, then, Detective Fulbright. Could you repeat that last statement one more time? What in the world are you up to? Alright, fine. It has been a long time since we've used Apollo's powers. I'll say it as many times as you'd like. Listen carefully. The Earth emblem is only on the side that you can see when held in the right hand. What? Is there gonna be a facial tick? Something in his hair? I feel like, yeah, it's this statement when something's gonna happen. I just don't see what it's gonna be. Oh, I missed it. It's not his face. What is there? One of these? I gotta wait until it gets to that state. Is there a way to speed it up? Nope. As soon as it goes to when held in the right hand, I'm gonna have to go crazy. Okay. There's nothing. There's nothing around anywhere. What? What am I missing here? No, it's not his face. Oh! Oh! Hold on, back it up. I think we missed it. I gotta wait for it to go all... damn it, I gotta wait for it to go back. His thumb on the Earth emblem. What's wrong with the Earth emblem? I was convinced it was held in the right hand. Okay, we just gotta wait for this to start over, and I can pinpoint it. I don't understand why. Listen again, yes. Look, there it is. Confirm, yes.
Gotcha.
Detective Fulbright, you might not be aware of it yourself, but whenever you say the phrase, the Earth emblem, your left thumb moves. In fact, it appears as though you're running it along the edge of your holster. Mr. Lawyer, I don't have the foggiest notion of what you're talking about. Be that as it may, I know it has something to do with the lighter. Let me examine it. But why? You're not making any sense. You can't just...
Silence.
Be still and do as you're told, Fulbright. If you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't mind them having a look-see, should you? What? Not you too, Prosecutor Blackwell. I'm not sure what this is all about, but if Prosecutor Blackwell insists, it must be something important. I will allow the defense to examine the lighter. Good. Now maybe we'll learn something new. I hope so. Now let's check every inch of this thing. It's hard to tell if the prints are from a right hand or a left hand just by looking. I don't think looking at each print with the naked eye will tell us anything new. But this lighter definitely hides a secret. I agree. Let's check it out carefully. Is it possible that the hinge is switched? I don't know yet. Hold on. So this is the Earth emblem Detective Fulbright was talking about. See anything noteworthy? Huh? Hey, look at this! The emblem's actually some kind of button. What the hell? It's a gun? It transformed into something. That's a gun! Hold on, how does this help us though? So if the left hand, a handle, a trigger? Is this what I think it is? There's no question, it seems. What you have there is a gun. Where? A gun. So that's it. Your Honor, please recall this morning's trial when Director Cosmos was on the stand. The bullet that hit the oxygen tank was extremely small, maybe a 10 caliber. This little compact gun probably takes bullets of that caliber. It looks like this is the gun that was fired at the scene. I'm flabbergasted! The lighter was a gun? So when Detective Fulbright would touch his holster, that's right, whenever he mentioned the Earth emblem, he must have subconsciously thought about the secret behind the lighter. In other words, he knew it was a gun from the very beginning. A lighter that transforms into a gun seems like a spy gadget to me. It's not the kind of thing any ordinary person can get their hands on. In fact, I'd say it's strictly in the domain of elite spies. Detective Fulbright, you will explain yourself. There's nothing for me to explain. I didn't know the lighter could transform. I mean, it was found in the Space Museum, and then I brought it straight in. I didn't even have time to check it out. Objection! Whenever you mentioned the Earth emblem, you touched your holster. You subconsciously did that because you knew it was a gun. Accuse me all you want, but where's your proof? Do you have any evidence that I knew the lighter was a gun? Not exactly. And whose prints are on it? Miss Cykes' prints. It proves that she's the culprit who fired the gun at the scene. It would appear that the detective is right. Are you guys really trying to prove your client innocent or what? Although it pains me to do this, now that we are where we are, I have to make the following assertions coming from the prosecution side. The person who fired the gun at Director Cosmos in the lounge after the incident, and the person Miss Blackwell saw holding the lighter, and the person who murdered Mr. Terran, and the person who bombed the Space Center, are all the defendant Athena Cykes. The prints on the lighter are decisive proof. No! Ha ha ha! Now do you see, a man on the side of justice couldn't possibly be the culprit. And I think this about sums up Miss Cykes' part in the whole affair. The evidence certainly does seem to point to the defendant's guilt. Do you have anything to say, Prosecutor Blackwell? Evidence is everything in court. Therefore, Fulbright's claims stand firm. But, calm down, Apollo. He's just saying that because he has to as the prosecutor. Mr. Lawyer, our job is to pursue criminals in the name of justice. You shouldn't cast suspicion on people based on something as dubious as a habit. In fact, you have a bad habit of showing up in court with an awful case of bedhead. Objection! That's low, man. Says the man who wears sunglasses at night. If it's proof you want, it's proof you'll get. I'll prove that this lighter is not Miss Cykes', but yours. Sounds like you've hit on something, Apollo. It's just, if the prints on the lighter are the basis for accusing Athena, I think we should reconsider the credibility of the evidence itself. You mean you think this lighter might be forged evidence? That's right. It could all be part of Fulbright's bigger plot. Did he do anything out of the ordinary while I was off on my own? I could definitely think of a few things. It is indeed. Have a look at this. What's this? A lighter. Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge. Ah, yes, I just happened to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift. If we assume he's been laying a big trap for us all along, there's gotta be something off about this piece of evidence. What's wrong with the lighter as a piece of evidence? The owner of the prints? I feel like that's the best option. Maybe it's not actually Athena's. Maybe it's his, but it's been switched in the information. Are they really Athena's fingerprints? They definitely matched her print data. But what about the data itself? Exactly! Yes, Phoenix! Detective Fulbright, you are the one who provided us with the lighter and print data. Isn't that correct? Yes. What about it? You say Miss Sykes' print matched the print data. But I have to wonder, was the data you used official? Mr. Wright, are you suggesting that the evidence might have been fabricated? I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's re-examine the prints. Using the official sanctioned print data of the people involved in this case. What? You dare insult the epitome of justice and integrity? There's no need for such antics.
Silence.
Your Honor, I lend my voice to the defense's request. You must allow the test to be rerun. Very well then. Bailiff. That was fast. Ah, it appears that the official data is here. And the results? It's just as the defense claims. This proves that the prints on the lighter do not belong to the defendant. Yes! The fingerprints actually belong to the victim, Mr. Clay Tarrant. Lighter updated in the court record. Clay Tarrant's. They were Clay's fingerprints on the lighter. I see. Come to think of it. Wasn't it you, Fulbright, who collected the victim's prints? I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all. When you took the deceased's fingerprints, you could have easily planted his prints on the lighter with his blood, after which you wiped the blood off his hand. Yeah. By your own admission, you are also the one who compiled the phony print data. All to put the blame on Miss Sykes. This ploy must have been to distract us from the Phantom who was behind everything. You were out to create the impression that the Phantom wasn't the true culprit. So does this mean Detective Fulbright really is the Phantom? Remember the killer's escape route. No ordinary person would have been fearless enough to attempt it. Nobody but the Phantom, the man with no emotions, could have done it. Detective Fulbright, you were the only one who could have used that escape route. Fulbright, are you really the Phantom? Answer me, or so help me, I will slash you to tiny slivers where you stand. All right, I'll talk. I confess. I'm not the Phantom.
Silence.
It's all over. Now be a man and admit it already. But I'm not a spy. I'm an undercover investigator. I've actually been after the Phantom myself. An under-the-cover investigator? That sounds less than wholesome to me. What a dirty mind. A person who hides his identity and secretly investigates in order to uncover information. What are you, a dictionary? And that's what you really are, Fulbright. That's right. I was working to track down the Phantom. But sadly, even though I was supposed to catch the spy ended up catching me. He took my family hostage and forced me to cooperate with him. What?
Objection!
You're telling us this now? But if what you say is true, then who was the mystery person Miss Blackwell and Mr. Starbuck saw? It was the Phantom, I tell you. All I did was help him by having that emergency ladder lowered for him.
Objection!
I don't believe you. Then how do you explain the fabricated lighter? That was also one of the Phantom's demands. Being the detective in charge of the case, it was easy for me to fabricate evidence. Pitting the crime on Athena Cykes was just another one of the Phantom's orders. And you expect me to buy that? Fulbright, what was the Phantom's ultimate objective? I was told it was to sabotage the rocket launch. Someone who didn't want the launch to happen must have given him the order. Actually, I have to apologize for you too. The Phantom told me to get close to you. He ordered me to get back that psych profile you have on him. So he sent a buzzard of his own to tail me this past year, did he? I haven't been a champion of justice. I've just been a pawn of evil. A pawn of the Phantom who stole the moon rock and killed Dr. Sykes 7 years ago. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. He was top secret information for all kinds of corporations and countries. So there's a number of organizations that want him dead. If people believed I was the Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. Why, I bet even now. There are assassins lurking nearby. This case is about the Phantom after all. With the ceiling blown off, I suppose you are vulnerable to a sniper's shot in this courtroom. Just 2 seconds ago, Fulbright was treating Athena like a criminal. Does he really think he's going to lie his way out of it now? But on the surface, everything does seem to make sense. This could be bad, Mr. Wright, if we can't find a flaw in his logic. He's right. After we've come all this way, we can't let Fulbright wiggle free now. There, I finally told the truth. Now I hope you see how foolish it was to think I was the Phantom. Ooh, he's serious. You're an intelligent man, Prosecutor Blackwell. You believe me, right? I believe you. I don't think you're the Phantom. What? How could you say that, Prosecutor Blackwell? It's obvious he's the Phantom.
Silence.
Evidence is everything. Right. And you must admit there's no clear evidence that Fulbright is the Phantom. And it's been over 19 minutes, so I'm going to end this video here. So stay tuned tomorrow for the next episode. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye! Oh, yep, they saw me. Let's go! Okay, this is taking a lot of bullets. Oh, what a waste. What a waste. I do want to use my other gun. I'll get to that. For now, let's conserve some of my ammo. Missing? There we go. One. There we go. Oh, you